we come to Wuhan, they say no, my yendi minerals ne hon komo kakra because a hardwin a kwanya and crofo fast one move from gold. A form a good year, I will chrome hanomono. The bottom line is that on my Ghana, yenya mumfa was saying. Now, to help me do that, a buy mu ye wojumeku baakwa. Womo ana eyomo asede na ehya womo nsa se yem precious minerals ayewo ebiti se gold ebiti se diamond ene de keka aka ho ni nyina no womo behwe se eho dwadie no womo betimi ekromu ye 4. And on behalf of the government of Ghana, they are holding that aspect of our economy in trust for the people of Ghana. Accordingly, at the Precious Mineral Marketing Company Limited. Now, womono and pay be yentan komwasem because ye said the name juma womoye. The name nyina ne say China for na bekruma. Womo the excavators need 2 year gold no womo 2 year gold no womo the fahin. Very important say anope you be having that little conversation. Now you need the Director General Urana na kwesi wono and ye penyin power that's Jumeko no ano. Na mene no any nkomo. Na not much yet say. Mbombo ko de.
Nyame adom eho ye pa na wonso e.
Erade adom yenso ye ho ye pa. PMMC ate saying.
PMC yeho adom ne mumpai bonti bia boko.
Very well. Yet as a pass I don't pay your fro waje so. I must say wo ba ntempa wo ba ye ansa na ye kwakofa sports and we are grateful for that. But abaye very important sir you be having such a discussion. First of all, mamintias here juma mo ye so far wo by how many years ni as MD?
Patrol since 2021.
Since 2021.
Since 2021.
Okay, into about a year more na wo
in Patrol.
Okay. Very well. My yentiase, oba na adwuma ben na motimi aye. PMMC ye ka ejumeko ben. What must the ordinary Ghanaian on the street and open woti or trotro no should know about PMMC?
Yo, Mr. Speaker, na michia TFO nyina ne Ghana phone nyina. PMMC ne full meaning ye Precious Minerals Marketing Company na aban dwumadie bia aban eti as far back as 1963.
Okay.
Na so it's been in the system for a while now, for a very long time. In fact, only ye nananom ne ye papa nom ne ye mame nom di nkoma mihiesie omu bebre na ye bo PMMC. Omu oh PMMC ho na mekawa me mikunu de ware me ehɔ na eto no wo na ode kyerɛ opo kyerɛ wo sɛ asenso toye no hwensie na still da so gina mu denden nti no ɛya na tore bia na aka jo umi de ba na ya polish ya ma sa no aye fufuro ne ade nti ɛyɛ ekuo bia dwumadie bia aban de si hɔ sɛ ɛfa no ɛyɛ diamonds ɛne gold yetu chrome ha Ghana hana fano ehun commercial trade activities ehun dwadie no saa ko no ena di ho dwuma enti since 1963 no na yeto diamonds still yeda so eto diamonds ebanu gold so yen edi ho dwuma beyond buying gold no so no ye ehun egudie enti eno na ye friend no value addition no enti ye egudie nso ewo hu
interesting then it means modwuma no esopa whether legal or illegal the anima is a good beba gold in the baby a trust no and very important ever since I will buy from 2017 it has been the mandate of the government say you be fighting illegal mining but now as we speak as a country what are the quantums of gold annually yetiminya?
Yo, I think say when you look at the figures per yen exports are your role like a player as national ASEAN my main church mu kakra and some core figures no so say PMMC since 2017 fano aban way but I this scene and niso say was say ye pe kwan bi so a say gold no free Ghana kwa was say aban to me hu say gold way ne dodo nie ne sumbo nie sa na aban hu eto a ɔde bɛto so na wagye sɛ ska no enti no na kane no na sa PMMC place our role no but since 2017 san hyehyɛ no bɛda mu sɛ was say PMMC place our role nti sa role no yɛfrɛ no national assay nti ɛno no wohwɛ Minerals and Mining Act no mu na ɛkyerɛ sɛ obi biara or yɛ n'adwen sɛ ɔde gold bɛfiri Ghana ha akɔ amanɔne no was say ɔma ho kwan ma ban check values no now there is only one way I will be to me check gold value and no assaying a scientific method to me do purity no esan say
gold ye papa and I ye papa
good that's one and a two ne say gold mumpo no or a more different qualities because a bi wo ha 24 carats gold no and no sombo and no board then saying 23 carats gold in the same way 23 carats and no board then saying 22 carats ain't kwan a wo befa so ehu se we 22 carats and 23 carats and 24 carats no sa scientific method a ye friend no assay no na inti PMMC wo assay laboratory a ye friend national assay laboratory a ye hwe na ye di say adwuma no inti go the free small scale miners and the free large scale miners Anglo Gold Newmont ni big mining companies ni na no PMMC na hwe se ehu se ampa saa dodo we ene free Ghana eko yetumi hu a yetumi bo aban amane GRA for no musu tumi se ampa we gold value we na eko nti eto a eda so e wo se utua ne nti dwumadie ba ko a yedi no na emom no for since 2017 I started sadie we no na bibia ye nkrata but thankfully no since last year ye digitalize our process no afiwe mu sometime in March era vice president Ebabe commission sa digitalize national assay laboratory no and saying digitalize national assay laboratory no there ne say and then me no ka say me fa me phone na me type me go onto the platform me to me hu go dodo a free Ghana ene meet me hu history no so from last year I launch here up to now go do every Ghana echo enti no and as at the end of July say we had done close to about $700 million worth of gold.
$700 million
worth of gold from the small scale sector alone.
Small scale
from the small scale sector alone. Large scale no, yeah, more than that. And you know, sadie we adie bia o hwe enam sa digitalization a yetumi aye ni ntino e ma real time information ntino say economic management team and our Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and our Ministry of Finance and our Ghana Revenue Authority and our Minerals Commissioner etumi boa masa information no in terms of economic planning no is made available so that they can plan effectively.
Interesting. Conversation we know about because we'll be able to account to the people who are and no pay. But you're down to the level of the average person I would say. I know they are important. The small scale sector. One more small scale community mining and the keka kahunina. One more so for illegal means. One more galamsey no ni adienyina. PMMC mwankasa mutu to gold nibi. If you want
and Patrane since this year you started say yeah toss our gold.
Must start to say more toss our gold.
Yes, started say
but the nipa no any license to mine. How does PMMC go to that level to get the gold from them?
Okay. And you know, our target is the legal miners. And teach through a community mining scheme buying and she share buying the abase or mobile sanitize sa sector no. Again beyond that no omwa omunkuta license no we don't deal with them directly. Until we won't be in a position to know say osimesi ekuta license and no kuta license. Nemom no say gold ni bedi ehwa. If we are able to find out we separate that gold, we won't account for it as a one that is going through the lawful licensed miners channel. Until we separate it. At the current you're separating and say there are international standards for the gold trade. You're free be responsible sourcing. And you know say one year responsible sourcing and no you contaminate
the gold.
you contaminate the gold.
So it's important. Say no crowd nim say be a gold no bet me contaminate.
Exactly. Okay. You contaminate it. Into you say what they separate sanoma mienu no. Unim say I say wako dwom na akoto ade na unim say okay as in toast. Unhu the apro and the emperor nti wo the year aduane a uyiyim.
And in natural sense gold ni correct me say depending on the kwan a befa so a betu no
gold in say okay gold in say na mum no kwan a wo fa so tu no na e ha adwen
okay
enti because say wo de be kwa ama no a sisi a no global market no so mo pe gold a omo hwe responsibly sourced gold responsibly sourced gold and say gold a utu a wo respect environmental rules child labor enim
okay.
Human rights abuses enim and I say conflict eni ho
okay
so enti sa omo to gold wo amano no sa no ma we no mo hwe na o hwe since 2017 na enhihye bebre na ban we di ato akwam say ye bedu Ghana bedu sa empempem so ne say ebeye responsible sourcing hub for gold,
okay.
Particularly in West Africa and Africa as a whole. They did kind community mining scheme,
okay.
Because now environmental degradation was a big concern. And you know, a buy way buy and started say or the war against Galamsey. Aba beyond the war against Galamsey. Omu said there be I was said then she shall be to aquemwa yenu no more say we omu to gold no omu call form to gold no adwuma no because adwuma omu ye dididi enti say adwuma no e was say ekoso enti then no dey buy aban ne the community mining scheme e buy ene me no ka say aban make available gold catcher gold catcher e mercury free wo the process gold now when your recovery gold
so that
you mercury enti etwa enoma bebre eso enti eno ye ade ba ko a aboa bebre na beyond eno no so no that's the down upstream sector which is the mining activity itself beyond eno no so who say aban etu anamo in terms of international certifications value addition ni ade because you who say empem bebre no utu gold na dory raw form na eko raw form na eko aban we buy no si there bi eni se eko so sa na mum no enkebe ya sa gold na yetu na de bia eko in dory form no enka yendi hu dwuma wo he ya na add value
okay
enti no me ne wo ka se ene ye wo bibia e friend no gold refinery
yes and no me hu se mo lunch we will come to that now you're talking more about how a refinery no now me do from the small scale sector no up because in the gold chain business me per se anope Ghana ni bia na wotie no wo hwe ye no etiase say annually ye fa afemoni nyina no 12 months one more multinational companies, Anglo Gold, Newmont, Neomom Keka ho, one more small scale miners. Say ye to gold ni na near Kabomua. Sika here na Ghana as a country. Yet me make it from all the mining sources. Any gold that ye to ni na no. What is the value of mine way ye free side any so?
You share current figures are gold accounts for about 90% of Ghana's total GDP.
Okay.
That's a lot of money. We share total GDP in terms of values. Now share the percentage from the mining sector, particularly gold. That's very huge. And you know,
but I hear buy as a country.
As a country, no.
How do we make money? Because you him say Anglo Gold Ashanti you two need area or beko as a multilateral. Newmont we need there or beko as a multilateral. Ghana as a nation, your percentage is a hen and a war was any money.
Okay. Yo, my main breaking it down kakra.
Okay.
First of all, kwai bakwa aban faso enya sika ewo gold mu taxation.
Okay.
Taxes. Na for the gold industry, no, there are two regimes.
Okay.
Tax regimes. For large scale, regime ni different. For small scale, and also regime no different.
Okay.
For large scale, no, you have what is known as the royalties. Some is 3%, some is 5%.
Okay.
Omutuya mabai. Okay. Whatever produce they get and they export, and royalties ewo ho. ufri royalties nso a ye obibi a ye frɛ no corporate tax.
Okay.
No nso omutua ma aban. Na no so omutua ma aban. Ufri no nso so a beyond sa taxation regime for a hona.
Okay.
Ye obibi a frɛ no local content. Local content. And say local content ni kyerɛ sɛ dwuma omudi wo krom ha a omutu gold no.
Yeah.
Enoma omode yes adwuma no emu dodo na e wo so mo source e wo Ghana ha sei enti ema adwuma ma omo asabi omo supply chemicals.
Okay.
Omo a omo ye cleaning omo a omo kofa ball ampo ni nyina most of them have to be sourced right here in Ghana, even including legal services. Enti o share aban way for a very long time there was no such local content regulation.
Okay.
But aban way by no this law no emrane by say
the local
it was a local content no because o share oil you start to say share emra for oil no e why na local content can ho because you nya adesua bi from your neighbors Nigeria. But gold no ya mine gold for over 100 years now, so na yen sheda ni any firm local content laws e okrum ha enti aban buy no this local content no e buy say yesre mo dia mo ye nyina mo adwuma mo ye ni so na emom no eno ma mo di adwuma no mombo modern a say mo be source from her instead say mo de hard currency e dollars ne beto sa no ma no ana mo di be free amanone abakrum ha.
Okay.
Enti sa local content no so ya de bia e masika a free say adwuma num no gold no
a bit na
Ghana he ya.
Okay.
Enti eno ye for large scale sector. For small scale no for a very long time small scale for omuntua etobia dia emfaso ana banya wo mu an say wo export ya na ya charge you as fees na export charges na ade na sikano ababan ho na sometime in 2015 the GRA Act was amended, was introduced. And no, there was a provision in there which indicates that there should be a withholding tax for
small scale miners.
A gold free withholding tax. It first came at a rate of 10%.
Okay.
Now a buyer no industry players felt that it was too high. And it was reduced to 3% in 2016. So it first came in 2015, and in 2016 it was reduced 3%. Since its reduction to 23%, yeah, enforced till say 2020 May. Into May 2020, and a buying shall say enforce it, 3% withholding tax
from the law. So what it means is that from 2015 now to 2020, no, one more small scale mining, no one more export now, Sikaneba, a core individuals, and they enrich themselves. The more reason why are they able to flaunt their shoulders. Telling us a woman was sick, meanwhile, woman to have a mama, and to would hear what. Okay, me too. And since May 2020, and at 3% withholding tax, you start to say enforce it. Okay. And no, export TBA na charge 3%. NASA says can wait to yama buying through customs answer gold no yamano kwine manako. Okay. Na ye kuhun say before May 2020 no na gold na free small scale sector alone no was on the average about 5,000 kilograms of gold in a month. 5,000 kilograms. Now we were doing 5,000 kilograms, which is about 5 tons in 1 month. I see. Now since the introduction of the tax, you say sa figures no so bafum. So tiya maminu no ka say as at December 2021, we could not even do 100 kilograms of gold from the small scale sector in terms of export. I see. Meanwhile, there was production going on. And the gold the strong belief was that gold no more smuggle. Almost smuggle out of the country. Out of the country. Okay. Almost smuggle out of the country. And it's in a binding she be by to tackle that situation. Aban looked at it from two angles. One, from the regulatory angle in terms of
reviewing the tax, and then 2, the enforcement angle in terms of clamping down on the smuggling. From the regulatory angle, no, Aban reduce tax no, from 3% to 1.5%.
Tax now from 7%. Yeah,
from 10%
yes.
to 3%. Now to 1.5%.
To 1.5%.
Aban reduce it to 1.5%. Now it made a good story.
Okay.
The reason is that reduction took effect in January this year. Since January this year, we've seen a gradual increase
in production,
in the export figures.
Okay.
We've seen a gradual increase.
And it means Nkrofo export, but they are now going through the right process.
Thank you. Because of the reduction. Smuggling no because of the reduction in the tax. So as of January, we did over 451 kilograms of gold. As at the end of June, we had done about 2,900 kilograms of gold.
Yes, but help me understand. Even as at 3%, almost small scale gold, this small scale miners, were they still paying corporate tax? And that does not affect them, right?
There be.
Okay. With the exception of the light scale companies.
Exactly.
Okay. And now reduction of 1%, abba, and to say one more back.
Into the mainstream legal channels,
Okay.
Into exporters now or free small scale miners to export, and which before then now smuggle because of the percentage tax, all of them are coming through the right channels now.
Okay.
That has been a good story so far because it somehow still lasts at 1.5. Share your sub-region, particularly countries and Nanka gold no smuggle through now. It is still on the high side.
1.5.
1.5 is still on the high side. It is still ye di hujuma. Say ye ni aban bedi enkitawo die bi na ya church.
Why is the 1.5 not still on the high side? I don't get it. Because one, these small scale miners are destroying our forests. They are destroying our vegetation. They are destroying our farmlands. They are destroying our cocoa production. Okay, right now, Ghana Cocoa Board, Becca Cho said the production of cocoa reducing as a result of mining activities. Now, government of Ghana, Ebesanswa back again, using this same 1.5 taxes now, to reclaim the lands. Okay, and then also to cushion the tax force one more call rounds in an attempt to fight the illegal activities. If we are dropping this further to let's say 1.5 and 0.8 and 0.7%, how much more will government be able to accrue in fighting all these things?
Question, Mami Mouse scenario, very simple scenario. Yenina yeton yeton Gary. Gary Croyal difference bien nim. O ton wo de 1 cedi. Me ton me de 2 cedis.
Yeah.
In a day ye kodwa because wo ton wo de 1 cedi nti no. Utumi sa udwa ni nyina.
Ya me de ko
nyina to misa.
Okay.
Emma okofa mo kra de ba. Me ton 2 cedis nti no na koyeka. So what you say? The basic analogy is this. Say we reduce tax no. Emma ne competitive in the sub-region. What you effectively do is that you even be attracting more gold from the sub-region to come through Ghana. Because when the tax was not enforced, there will be a friend of transshipment gold and our transit gold.
Okay.
Gold and a free West Africa has sub-regional Amaya Ghana no mufa ahaneko.
Okay.
Esan say na Emirates there was a flight every day from Ghana to Dubai. And gold a time bound transactions. Because anopa gold price within every second gold price
okay.
Every second gold price they are very time conscious people. All of these factors combined informed the decision say was say you to me a share tax when you talk about the mining activity itself, you would find say ampara so aban we edijuma bebre check illegal mining no eye asase omo se ni ade nyina Minerals Commission edi dwuma bebre nanse ya se wotie ya na wo hwe ya ana wo kan empa ye deputy minister Honorable Duka onyanti ye se bibi koso ofin river no so nyina speed on the Minerals Commission omo stop esa activity no so enti dwumadie ekoso a omo check eye illegal mining ene ehu ensunsuanso a ewo man no na mom no at the same time no o hwe eye downstream sector eye the commercial activity itself you must put in place measures which will ensure that gold no eba because you risk losing more revenue if you push them to go underground.
Meanwhile, Ejumani is
okay. You risk losing more revenue. Even Amekachira will say, since the introduction of that tax, the enforcement of that tax at 3% in 2020, when the tax was enforced in 2020, immediately, export figures started falling. Look, in 2018, when there was a complete total ban on galamsey, that was when Ghana became the premier gold producing country in Africa and number 6 in the world. So, if you have an arrangement or an atmosphere encourages a enkrofo at the gold in the beba, you stand to gain more than say ube pushimi omo underground.
I see. This is 92.9. Many Oranana Kwesiyewa, Managing Director at the Precious Mineral Marketing Company Limited, and Edin Komo 92.9. A year Tiwa Studios, and a year Kasawuti live on 93.3. We are live from a year Anane Boatin Studios. On your TV, this is Kessben Television. We are grateful. Conversation we know very important because you need to understand the Enkrofo Yeni no the Eba Bainho. Okay, any they call one bottom. As I say, in Galamsey for a whisker ukrum has say. It seems to me, sir, one year Galamsey as a service of a Kwasiam penny. A ma uko the mining areas and Kwaladim Pesku. Prostitution, but a lot more. So you ask yourself, say, as a country, no, okay, as a country, no, a dear na yenya after going through all this hassle. Just last week, Friday, Yene Ghana AIDS Commission national program be presentation, and they were telling you say in the mining areas, okay, prevalence of HIV AIDS more because of mining activities. Foreigners to cotton for womu fi womu kro mo aba womu ye adwuma in all those communities. Woba no AIDS kra na wo obi an testing no dia be rem no ye. But the question again is that what does the country risk losing? As for minor DNA losing, because it mami miss out say our ability to get them to go through the legal processes and sana ya exporting gold no dia ko amanane akwa koton no say yantimi anya saade na it means enkrofo any individuals ebe richer than the country whilst the gold they mine, they export for themselves na o mine no etiho. That is what it means actually.
No correct na I will say sound so who say share the mining activity itself for the small scale. One of the challenges when you engage with them was that the procedure for legalizing the activity is too cumbersome.
Okay,
that was one of the major challenge. Say Minerals Commission won't cry. Even if they have district offices or put in application just or sign bank crime, normal processing, wine and send bebre. And aban etu anamon bi menua owo oda Minerals Commissioner no me no ka say Mr. Isi minim say odin hihye bi aba sisi ano ono so digitalize our process no.
Okay,
applying for the license is online. You just have to submit everything online, it's processed, and you are there. You just have to pick it up, making it easier for people to obtain the license in order to legalize their mining activity. So, and then you becho say, illegal mining. You don't have an excuse because because of wakra mesume wasankre guaho baby mean to mean to kayamba and the internet baby and obia to me have access to internet cafe and a laptop and a BB. All you have to do is to make your application online.
Okay. Okay. Very important question by Koi hear me. In the small scale sector, because large scale need say well known, well registered. Into small scale no, and they are very, very important. Now, with the issue of Chinese, one more into the small scale sector, no, more export, no, one more through PMMC.
As far as we are concerned, OSHA licensed gold export. First of all, before I'll be exporting gold, you must be licensed.
Okay.
So our license, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Abujinapo, and issue silence on a sign.
Okay.
Now, before I will be signing the application no command Minerals Commission. Minerals Commission a process application. Then eventually they will recommend whether or not it should be signed by the minister. And there are about as we speak, there are about 15 active licensed gold exporters. Now exporting also and they are heavily regulated.
Okay.
Heavily regulated to ensure the export be a omubeye biano. First of all, so we export here current and running say so we export here it was say 80% of the export revenue within 30 days also signed the bagana.
So we too good now they come on the near. We are within 30 days, 80% of Sika Obenya Waman as also signed the bagana.
And Patrane,
that is what I am running.
And Patrane, Mr. Speaker, I think it's important to explain the aspect because you need to understand the value chain.
Me too.
The value chain, there are the primary producers. Primary producers miners
okay.
Omo from to gold na kasa and dealers. Dealers could be itinerant buyers. Enkrofo a omo round etoto.
Okay.
Obi wo ha otu a in a day and breaking day wenya be 5 grams and 10 grams and 1 pound 2 pound sanoman. Now, it is not always the case. In most cases, in fact, in 99% of the cases, the miners are not the same as the exporters.
Okay.
Inti Santi Asiano was said that. It is not the case say wow to go no one our exporting. Patrol Debbie.
One need capacity
Debbie.
Okay.
And your mono yes until you have the dealers who go around and buy from the miners. Then you have bigger dealers. Almost war agents or exactly. Then you have the exporters. In some cases, the big dealers may also be exporters.
Okay.
But in other cases, the exporters are entirely different. Because say we a dealer, na say ope exporter, you must necessarily go through a licensed gold exporter. And yes, I will go to Rebecca Krum here.
Okay.
Enko. So, into sana sa value chain no. Etie. Now, in that value chain, PMMC plays a role.
Okay.
A role in the sense that PMMC is the national assayer because at the point of export, say and check it. And who say gold we ne dudu oni na a home value ni na a toa eba by hunia sa gold no enko.
Okay.
So that is the value chain for you. So it's not always the case, the miner. In fact, in 99% of the cases, the miner is not the same as the exporter.
Yes, maybe so because China for no capacity, and then one munya gold no do form at the primary level. And see one munya na. Do they have the capacity? And just as you have said, one two at the primary level. Na dealers no aqua then exporters ne beba no mo so mabeje. Then finally it comes to one point as PMMC. So that is how our value chain no a year. Okay.
Now me patro men ka bibi nka ho. Because of this whole a year objective, a buying tire or pese or introducing responsible sourcing na ema Ghana nya sa reputation as a responsible sourcing hub for gold me no ka say ye di dwuma bi eno ka Ghana Land Restoration and Small Scale Mining Project funded by World Bank. We are working with the Minerals Commission to put in place a traceability system It is absolutely important, because if you are going to get to that point of responsible sourcing harbor, you need to have a system in place to me attract the chain of custody of the gold right from the producer, which is the miner, all the way to the final destination.
Gold no
also inti sa adwuma no yade bia between this year and next year no will be implemented.
You mentioned say womutua ase fee, right?
Patron.
Eno ne kwa aban ho.
Eno ko ase fee ne ko PMMC ho. PMMC aban there. In essence it's going to
difference be the war in between ase fee no any export fee no. Differences near then.
The withholding tax is 1.5%.
Okay.
The ase fee is 0.02524%, which is less than 0.1%.
I see.
But
common na na kwesi ewura. Ni nyina no gold no in its raw state.
Patrani.
No yem process yem fa hwe nkan em fa agyamu enye hwe.
Patrani.
First ni any gold refinery, right? Ye ni bi as a country. Enti wo mo ye ni nyina ne saa no a na export na eko. Na Dubai for na ko refine no mo dia ba. They say yes, refinery or Ghana.
Mpatrani.
Are you ready?
Mpatrani.
Okay, maminti on the refinery.
Yo,
and then a refinery no be the Abua Ghana.
Yo, Mr. Speaker, medasi bebre na this refinery no is only one aspect of the broader government strategy to improve value addition.
Okay,
and it's not only for gold.
If I send me a message, say I now brought for the door. So
refinery yeah adebakwa a womb.
Okay.
O share a bimbo tire or dear sin that no say or be promote value addition. And your gold in kwa o share aluminium industry, bauxite near there. All of these are happening. A normal win in a coso. But a buy enja gold.
Okay.
When you go then free. Ain't no o share gold and swa. Aban who ne say de bia gold dory eko ekwa o mo refine a me di kan ka say 24 karat gold no board den say 23 karat.
Yes,
Ghana ha gold eko the highest you can get 23 karat. Na udi gold ne kwa o mo ye ne 24 karat it's more expensive. Inti aden na yen to me and refine it to sa 24 karat no.
Okay.
E wo krom haya. Inti bota aban di si na no say e wo say to me this adwuma no na ye add value to your gold na ye process wo krom haya. Ti aban di bibi ba a ye friend no gold retention policy.
Okay.
Sa policy ne kire say gold a ye tu na no sankebe ya ye refine wo krom haya, but aban started with a pilot which is 30% of all gold produced in Ghana should be retained in Ghana and refined in Ghana. And the gold that you two are chrome nyina no, a mu 30% no, and na chrome higher, na refine wo chrome higher.
Okay.
Na you do sa pempem so ye wo sa capacity say you be refine 100% of all the gold. Ni to me e dey say adwuma no. Because and there South Africa gold dory in free hole. Omo refine bibia wo chrome ho.
Na ka chrome ho.
Na ka chrome ho. Gold dory in free ho. Ehwa na bibia koso. Enti ni nyina ka sa value addition you know. Na next question ne say fine your refinery, sa refinery way sisi ano ye twen say yera omampanyin beba bebia no because bibia yo are ready.
Okay.
E wo capacity
and then also ye under PMMC
and patro ye joint venture.
Okay.
PMMC ne foreign investor ebi eye.
Okay.
Na ne capacity 400 kilograms of gold per day.
And they bet me a refine.
And they bet me a refine 400 kilograms of gold per day.
Okay.
And they bet me a refine. Inti capacity no is good.
Okay.
A free horn so no to me use two technologies. You electrolysis and electricity and the
power machines.
Exactly. And you aquarasia and acid based refinery method.
Okay.
Well, now it to me 99.99. 99.99
value.
A percentage purity.
Okay.
99.99% purity of gold. Into 24 karat straight up. Well, now if free or now, well, yes, I did win in area. No. Next question is crime bear now be fast so a ton sa gold.
No.
That's the next question because capacity in country is not there. And yet utumi gold ni na ho adwuma unya 24 car 99.99 o koton no he but then they also to me ton na unya ho mfaso anambwa good entino sa ne ho ton no so no emra wo ho international regulations wo ho I also unya certifications bi I betumi ama wa ton wo gold ama sebi bullion banks a omo abrochiri
okay
so what you say enti sa certifications right
okay
that is the bankable gold enti no sa certifications no ebi ne London Bullion Market Association eno ye titru dem wunya sa certification na immediately ye refined gold o the stamp so betumi aton ama bullion bank bia they will give you full value for it eno nso no betumi aboa ma central bank etumi atosa gold no to improve our foreign reserves.
Okay.
So what you say?
But already Bank of Ghana will go into buying of it. Money or more interactions.
And patron ye more interactions. But gold or muto nyina ye na ye ase more. Ye na ye ase more.
I say. I say. Because you're bringing to you do business now so akwakoto adwuma so pay wo bantem. I know so afi na wo call office. I mean can few of the messages now responding na ye fancy. It almost quarter past 8. I can see taxi drivers. We thank Mr. Speaker and Mr. President very much for resuming. Kola Huasem Nawoka. Okay. But I mean, we could just say good morning, Mr. Speaker. This your conversation is very powerful. Majority of the people within the mining chain don't even understand the processes and how much comes into government coffers. We thank you for opening our eyes this morning. Ebenezer Oche said. That is my infatigable MD. He is really a hard-working personality. His explanation is simple and very understandable to the ordinary Ghanaian. From Mr. Ebenezer Oche, PMMC Field Operations Department, and Mr. Ebenezer Oche, anyway, at the Abba. Joycelyn at the Abba, or say MD all the way. God bless you. We thank you for your explanation. Thank you very much. I'll say very simple and on point. Joycelyn, thank you very much for your message, with the Abba. Also, Isaac said, good morning to you, Mr. Speaker, and your team. A very brilliant delivery by Kwesi Ewa. The gold sector must begin to refine itself. We need to get more of the things we do as a country. I can see local content, no refinery, no mobile workers na here at the free Ghana.
Workers no do abewa.
You can able to me apply there.
Patrol you. Ghana there. Into the Ghana for now was some more.
I go see us real. I see. You. It's in Ghana for me Bruno Benya Jumaye.
Patron.
Refinery name. Okay. But John Hadoma Kodia about since Aziga. I go see why he's speaking too much English in his presentation. Let him break it down. Okay. Thank you. So actually my kind of messages, that. Let me do this one. Henry Danny Boy at the boss watching you live from Obuase Embrent Henny Clothing Services. God bless you, Mr. Speaker. We love your show. And with the Abba, thank you very much. Any message, okay, Ochi, messages in the bar now with the bar. Johnny Abua Andy said, it looks like the MD is well abreast with his work. We really need a track of our mineral resources to help us broaden our economy. Kudos to you, Mr. Speaker, and your team. Thank the MD for me. And with the Abba. Messi Ejewa Ankra Ediaba, I will say, wow, a very good delivery from the managing director of PMMC. And those are a couple of messages also with the Abba. Because we are wrapping it up with you. The next conversation you'll be having the next time you be out be. Now you share because your name said Diamond and Somodi Hujuma, right? Okay, bauxite and so far
and Patrol Devi.
Okay, and and on the second half of our conversation, the next time round that you been out, and I'll pay Mamintio on your final words, not your fancy.
Yo, my final words, say, despite our challenges at PMMC, Oshe Juma ye dinner, Juma Diabia, a bebwa Ghana mine. Esan say we are changing the narrative.
Okay.
Yes, son and no maybe ya didn't say be a bar go da ye two or crumano home for so be Ghana phone in idea. Narrative no yes sano and say ye two and a mombia gold no ye be process wa ha ya beyond that no so no ye be ye ho value addition ye gudi a ye ni nyina no so e ya de bi a ye di ho dwuma you know ka say my minister ama me instructions there e was say ye tumi bomodin na ye wo baby a ye friend gold souk to say Dubai woko baby ba fakun eho dia wo pɛ nyina
gold ho bibia
ya obenya ho enti no eno ya dwumadie bi a esi ani so ye di ho dwuma enti enche bia no kana fo beti enka e wo sa dwumadie no enti no meda obi ase na metoto asere se PMC ebehia sa support no fan refinery ne dwuma ye di nyina no sa no at the end of the day no enye yen na beboa yen ko a beboa Ghana nyina that's it.
But occupy Ghana ne occupy flag servers modern
me gidi say
was the question is straightforward.
Very straightforward. It's a welcome question. It's a very welcome question. Me gidi say occupy Ghana da.
Oh that.
Nansia o share in fact even this week here there was a story on occupy Ghana. A fano surcharges near there. I did who Juma some.
To the office of the special prosecutor.
Exactly. You know, why him say occupy Ghana and
next time we walk up PMS. Thank you very much. That's it for your time.
Mr. Speaker.
We wish you all the best. You'll be there to see what you are doing.
Certainly.
You know, be so I best answer new.
Me patrol you. Me that's it. Nyamisha.
So, I don't pay.